Hi everyone, this is Kim with Abundant Life Tarot, and I wanted to talk to you about my depth year that I'm going to be doing for 2020, and I'm super excited about it. I'm a little apprehensive, but excited, and I thought it would be good to kind of put it out there in the form of a video to kind of hold myself accountable to it, and then also that if other people are on this journey as well, they know that they're in good company. So, I have a collection of decks, as you all may be aware. I love my Tarot and Oracle and Lenormand decks, like immensely. I love my collection. And it's gotten to a point where I feel like my collection has grown, where it's got all the decks that I really could ever want. There are probably, I have like a wish list, and I have probably about 6 decks on there, but really 3 that I'm really like, I really want at some point in the future. The others, I'm like, oh, if they come, great. If not, that's okay too. So I have a list. And then I have a list of pre-orders, decks that I've already pre-ordered, and that's just 3. So next year, in 2020, for my depth year, I foresee me getting a few decks in from the 3 pre-orders that I've ordered some time back coming in. So you'll see those unboxings in the future. And people may gift me perhaps decks, or maybe I might trade some decks. But as far as me purchasing decks, that will not be. Now, there is a caveat. I did already on this wish list include decks that have not hit Kickstarter yet because the creators aren't ready yet, or they have not put the deck out yet. So they are included on that wish list. So I've said, okay, I can buy those decks because I've been vying for them for a long time. I've been following the creators on Instagram. I'm a supporter of their work, so I already know what's coming down the pike with those decks, but it's a very, very short list. I'm not to buy any new mass market decks other than the one that I have pre-ordered, and I am not to buy any indie decks that are not on that very short list, and that is my rules. I am to get to know my existing decks, the decks that I have collected, and I have quite a bit the collection. I don't have like, well, I have probably maybe 130 decks in all, like roughly. And I always wanted to not have more than 100. And even that feels too many to me at this point. So I will be, throughout 2020, looking at ways to either gift my decks to other people, to give them in giveaways, sell them, or trade them. But I am not planning on buying any decks like straight off the street 2020. It's going to be hard, I know, but it's going to be great because I'm looking forward to deepening my relationship with the decks that I already have. And I have some really amazing decks in my collection, I have to say. I'm very happy with my collection. Every time I pick up a deck, I never feel like, I don't like you per se. There's not one deck in my collection I'm like, I don't like you. There are decks, though, that I don't usually gravitate towards for readings for others or readings for myself. And those will be the ones that throughout 2020 I look at to see if perhaps they need to move on to a new home. But I'm going to allow that process to be as organic as possible. To not shock me, or to scare me to the point where I don't do what I need to do. Like to continue with the depth year, to continue with like perhaps shrinking my collection. So I wanted to feel organic, and I will be doing a lot more videos like my card by card series where I'm looking at the different cards in my decks. I will be looking at deck and focus videos. That'll also help me to look at decks that maybe I haven't really been giving enough attention to, or maybe it's time for me to move that deck on. So I don't know, stay nearby me, because over the coming months, I may be like, hey, I'm selling this deck for really cheap, or hey, it's up for a trade, or hey, I'm even putting it in a giveaway or gifting it to someone. So there's that. But I have to say, I don't have a lot of huge pressure over that, because I really, like I said, I really like the decks that I have. I've given a few decks and sold a few decks last year, I think. And those, I don't miss them. Like, not one have I felt called to go and replace. So that felt good to me. It felt organic. And I want the same process to go on with my depth here and with my shrinking of my collection. And yeah, like I said, I am so appreciative of where I am in my collection. I'm so grateful that I was able to collect these decks that I have. I want to honor that. Like, I'm not knocking people who are still going to be buying decks. In fact, that was me up until fast forward 2020. But for me personally, I want to spend less time pining over new decks and spending time, combing through like the social media groups that are tarot related and checking out things. I kind of want to chill with that and just love on the stuff I've got, and especially love on the people that I have in my life. There's quite a few of you out there, and I just want to deepen my relationships with the things I have and the people that I have in my life. So that's why I'm doing it. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Like I said, I have been busy. You guys will see probably quite a few more unboxings that I did throughout the year. A lot. You may see some videos and be like, dang, how long, when was this? It was sometime throughout the year is when you're going to see some of my unboxing videos. I just haven't had a chance to post them all up. So it's going to look like I've been shopping all over the place. And I have, but these were purchases made back like earlier this year. And also, I'm not going to lie, I did know I was going on a depth year, and I did know that I was going to be not purchasing decks in 2020. So I did go a little crazy at times and was like, okay, I'm going to go ahead and get this deck now. I was hemming and hawing, and now I'm going to make it happen. But that is even starting to wind down, because I look around and I go to tarot stores and I see decks and I'm like, I'm not even called to get you. That must mean something. And I went to a bookstore, what was it, last week? Yeah, it was last week. New decks, new stuff out. And I was like, I'm good. That's a good place to be in. And I'm grateful for that. So I'm going to keep that feeling going. So I just thought I'd pop on to a quick video about my depth year. I'm excited. I was so, it was Brian, is it McCormick Carr? Anyways, he did a recent updates video on his depth year and how it's been going, and it was really inspiring to see that, and it was encouraging, and it was also encouraging to see him admit, like, sometimes I may have fallen off the wagon a little bit, but for the most part, he stuck the course, and he's planning on doing it again this coming year. So I am so inspired by the people who have already before us have gone on this journey, and I will be watching more of their videos. And I am going to just take it day by day, like we have to do with everything in our lives, right? Just take it day by day. I'm not going to overwhelm myself, but you're not going to probably see me as much in the social media world, like in the Facebook groups. I will be in my own Facebook group, Abundant Life Tarot, the Facebook group, but I'm not going to be all over the place. I will, pop in every now and then to show support. And oftentimes people are talking about decks I already own that I could share my 2 cents about. You know what I'm saying? So I don't say, I'm not going to be able to be in the midst of everyone else in their collecting, because I was there. I collected a lot of decks. And like I said, quite a few decks I have that people ask about, and I can give my opinion. And share. So that's it, guys. That was all I wanted to talk about in this particular video. It's my depth year that's coming, and I'm super excited. Let me know if you did a depth year before or if you're planning on doing one in this coming year. I want to hear from you and hear how it's going for you or what steps you're planning to take to be successful. So yeah, and I will probably do some videos in the future to kind of discuss my progress. But I worry, and I keep like, oh, I'm going to stop this video now, but I'm just going to say this. I worried about, how people are going to feel about that, because a lot of my content is generated because of me collecting my decks, and I do a lot of unboxings, and that's my thing. I love unboxing videos. I love watching them and I love doing them. But I realize there's still so much to explore with the decks that I have that, I'm sure you guys will get a kick out of it. So it's just going to be a different kind of channel for a little while. And you won't really see the impact of that, like I said, until probably well into the next year, because of the decks that are still coming in, because of the unboxings that I recorded earlier this year that I still have to publish onto the channel. So yeah. So I just want to give you a little behind the scenes stuff too. So when you see these videos, you won't be like, hey, I thought she said she was in a depth year. She is. Kim is. No, I'm not talking to myself in the third person. She is. But these are videos that were recorded a long ago, or these are decks that were ordered a long time ago. Okay. So just saying that. All right, my friends, thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for joining me. I will see you all in the next video, and take care. Much love.